Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at the new Therions archetype. We've got new ancient warriors, and we've got a boss monster already revealed for the new Therion archetype. And on top of that, we have a new card for the Jar archetype coming out in Dimension 4. So let's go ahead and kick it off with this card, because usually all of the Jar variants of cards usually get banned. So let's go ahead and see if this card is going to be on the next ban list, potentially. Alright, so it's Flip Jar, level 3 rock flip effect monster, 800 attack, 900 defense points, and it says you can only use this card's name effect once per turn. Okay, so there goes the FTKs with it. So the flip effect is to change all other monsters on the field to face down defense position, then return all face up spells and traps on the field to the hand. Then each player can set spells and traps from their hand up to the number of cards returned to the hand by this effect. Okay, so obviously, yes, you could maybe infinitely have Swords of Revealing Light, and then you can use some other card to reset this after like X turns have passed. Maybe that can be an option, or certain cards, they last on the field for X amount of turns, then they're destroyed, or whatever the case may be. There may be some interesting things to do with this card, since you can bounce back cards, being able to activate them twice. That can be very relevant for pendulums, as well as some of the newer field spells that let you just activate, search out a card. Is it going to be super broken and potentially bannable? Probably not, since if this didn't exist, then people would try to like book a tie you, and you would activate a lot of things that would activate once, and then you'd have a continuous effect, then you would just bounce it back. Because of this part of it existing, that the once per turn, yeah, I don't think so, but there might be some other ways to make this card broken. Let me know down below if you guys can figure it out. Alright, I'm excited about new archetypes, so go ahead and check out the Therions, and if you guys are excited about new archetype too, drop a like on this video. But the Therions are a new archetype. These are also coming out in Dimension 4, so this is my first time checking them out, so here's my reaction to them. So first off, we have Therions Bull Iron. So this is a Fire Warrior effect, level 7, 2100 attack, 1600 defense points, and it says you can only use the first and second effects of this card's name each once per turn. The first part of the effect is you can target one Therion's monster or warrior monsters in your graveyard to spell summon this card from your hand. If you do, equip that monster to this card. Okay. Second part is you can target one Therion's card you control, one card your opponent controls, and destroy them. The third part is a Therion's monster equipped with this card gains 700 attack and the second effect of this card's name. So it gains the effect to pop one. Okay, that's kind of cool. So I guess it's like some sort of warrior equipped deck. So far, at least. Oh wait, it's not even. Well, we have Aqua now. So wait, so maybe it's not all warriors. All right. So next up we have the Therion's Leaper Fam. And it's a Water Aqua effect, level 7, 1400 attack, 2500 defense points, and it says you can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. The first part of the effect is you can target one Therion's monster or Aqua monster in your graveyard to special summon this card from your hand. If you do, equip that monster to this card. The second part is during your opponent's turn. As a quick effect, you can target one Therion's card in your spell and trap zone and one card your opponent controls and return them to the hand. Great, a quick effect. The third effect is a Therion's monster equipped with this card gains 700 attack and the second effect of this card's name. Okay, this is very interesting. So I guess maybe this is supposed to be an archetype we splash in other archetypes. Potentially they're all. Wait, this is okay. This one was level 7. So we have level 7 Fire Warrior, then we have Water Aqua level 7, and then we got a Psychic that's level 8. So this is Therion's Duke Jewel. It's a light psychic effect. 2100 attack, 2800 defense points. You can only use the first effect of this card's name once per turn. The first part of the effect is you can target one Therion's monster or psychic monster in your graveyard. Just special summon this card from your hand. If you do, equip that monster to this card. The second part is where you can control an equipped card. Therion's monster you control cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. The third effect is a Therion's monster equipped with this card gains 700 attack and the second effect of this card's name. Okay. Next up we have the Therion's Lily Borea. And it is a Wind Plant effect, level 8, 2400 attack, 2500 defense points. So you can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. First part is you can target a Therion's monster or a plant monster in your graveyard to special summon this card from your hand if you equip that monster to this card. Second part is you can send one card from your hand or field of the graveyard to add one Therion's spell / trap from your deck to your hand. Oh, that's actually pretty good. This part of the effect is really good, and considering some plants can definitely benefit off of it, that's great for them. And then the third part of the effect, a Therion's monster equipped with this card gains 700 attack, and the second effect of this card's name. I really like this effect over here, being able to send one to add one, and we'll have to check out the rest of the support to see if it's viable. This is, I think, their boss monster. This is Therion's King Regulus. So it's an Earth Machine effect, level 8, 2800 attack, 1600 defense points, and its effect reads you can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. The first part of it says you can target one Therions monster or machine monster in your graveyard to special summon this card from your hand if you equip that monster to this card. Second part is your opponent, when your opponent activates a card or effect, quick effect, you can send one Therions monster card from your hand or field to the graveyard to negate that effect. That's a really good effect. Third part is a Therions monster equipped with this card gains 700 attack in the second effect of this card's name. I think this effect is absolutely amazing, especially if you can get benefits off of the Therions. Great stuff. Let's check out the support though, because one of them did have an effect to search out. So the field spell is called the Therions Ring the Colosseum Saucer. It's a field spell that says you can activate one card with this card's name per turn. The first part of it says when this card resolves, you can add one Therions monster from your deck to your hand. Second part is once per turn, if a monster or monsters you control will be destroyed by battle, you can send one Therions or one perpetual engine YuGioh or Argyro system from your deck to the graveyard and set. Wow, so it's going to be able to protect the other cards. Great stuff. Then once per turn, when a monster or monster is destroyed by bounce into the graveyard, you can just target one Therions monster graveyard, add it back to your hand. So the cards that you like, go minus with, you don't really even go minus with it because you're able to recycle it, unless this card, of course, gets destroyed. Because it only protects if only once per turn. But if it's a monster, you get to send, you get to dump one. That's really good. Next up, we have the Perpetual Engine Argyro system, which is a normal spell card that says you can only use the first and second effect of this card's name per turn only once that turn. The first part of it says send one Therion's card from your deck to the graveyard, so it's like a foolish. The second part is if this card in your graveyard, you target a Therion's card in your graveyard, add this card or that card to your hand. If you do, place the other on the bottom of the deck so you can recycle. Oh, this is actually looking pretty good so far. Next up, we have the Therion's Charge, normal spell card that says you can activate one card with this card's name per turn. The first part says send one Therion's or one Perpetual Engine Argyro system from your hand or face up in the spell and trap zone to the graveyard to draw two cards. And then this one, wait, what? Oh, okay, that's pretty good, being able to recycle some stuff. It's like kind of, it's just any Therion cards. This is going to be kind of a just cycle through cards. It's not like a Pot of Greed, because you have to send one to actually get that effect. But you know, I was thinking with the archetype, since you're basically like equipping stuff with them, maybe it could be plus because whatever monster gets equipped to it, you're able to like get a benefit when it hits the graveyard. So then it'd be going plus. Next up, we have the Therion's Cross, which is a normal trap card that says you can only activate one card with this card's name per turn. First part says when your opponent activates a monster effect while you control a Therion's monster, activate one of these effects, or if you have a Perpetual Engine or Gyro system in your graveyard, you can activate both in sequence. So you can negate and banish the monster. It's not even continuous or counter trap. Okay, I was really hoping. I mean, at least you get to negate the effect and then banish it. Just really wish it was a counter trap card. Therefore, some other monsters could not just negate the card. Next up, we have the Therion Stand Up, which is a normal trap card that says you only activate one of the first and second effect of this card's name per turn, only once that turn. The first part of the effect says target one Therion's monster in your graveyard, special summon it. Then you get to equip one Therion's monster from your hand or graveyard to it. The second part is during the main phase, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one Therion monster. You control one card in your graveyard, equip the target to the graveyard to the target you control. So all of them have a boost of like maybe 700 was like the number I believe for every single one of them. So they have the stats. So the stats are definitely right there on most of the cards. I don't know if we're going to be able to make an archetype just solely off of it. I think they kind of want us to splash it, and it's probably going to be pretty successful as like an attack card from certain archetypes. Next up though, the Ancient Warriors. These guys never really got to see that much play. I mean, the Link monster does, but that's like not necessarily just for the Ancient Warriors. But nonetheless, we got two new cards. We got a monster and a support card. The first card we're going to be taking a look at is Ancient Warriors Tyrannical Dong Ying, and that's obviously the monster over there. And it's a level 6 Dark Beast Warrior effect, 2200 attack, 1800 defense points, and it says you can use each effect amongst the first and third effects with this card's name only once per turn. The first part of the effect is if this card is normal or special summon, you get to add one level 7 or higher Ancient Warriors monster or one Ancient Warriors continuous spell / trap from your deck to your hand. The second part is while you control a level 7 or higher Ancient Warriors monster, your opponent must pay 400 life points to activate cards or effects. That could be pretty interesting. I don't know if you're going to be able to do this plus like, what is it, chain energy, and they're burning for like 900 every single time. Maybe you do this with the Crimson Dragon, you can start burning your opponent, and maybe. I think it's probably too difficult though to do FDKs with that. If it was 500, it'd be a lot easier for the numbers. But the third part is if a monster or monster is sent to your opponent's graveyard, you can target one card in your opponent's graveyard and banish it, and if you do, draw a card. That's a pretty good effect. If the opponent tries to hand trap you, I wish it like negated the effect or something, like if it was like some quick effect. It's still pretty decent effect. Next up though, we have the new continuous spell card, which is Deception and Betrayal. That's obviously the card on the right over here, and it says you can use each effect amongst the first and second effects of this card's name only once per turn. The first part of the effect is, during your main phase, you can dispel summon one Ancient Warrior's monster from your hand, and if you do, take damage equal to its level at times 100. The second part is, you can send this face-up card from your spell and trap zone to the graveyard to target one Ancient Warrior's monster on the field, change its attribute. Then, if you activate this effect by targeting a monster your opponent controls, you can take control over it. Wow, that is pretty good, being able to snatch steal an opponent's monster. That's cool stuff indeed. But it's one Ancient Warrior. Is there a way to make something count as an Ancient Warrior? That's going to be a little bit... This card has so much potential, but like I said, you'd have to like change it. Maybe there's like some way to change it. But anyways, guys, that's going to go ahead and wrap it up for the video. Let me know what your thoughts are on the new Therions archetype. Again, for me, I think they're a little bit too early on to make them like an own archetype. The Ancient Warrior stuff, it definitely helps out the deck, but I was mostly interested in this jar. I was going to think of like, you know, content ideas, but I just, the once per turn is just like going to be ruining everything. If that didn't have it, yeah, this card would definitely be like ban worthy. I don't think so yet. But anyways, thanks for you guys. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like on it. And if you're new here, hit subscribe, turn that bell so you don't miss out on future Yu-Gi-Oh! New cards. Anyways, I'll catch you guys next one, and I'm out. Peace.